Yo, what's going on? Welcome to another episode of For the Win. It's your boy Chris, Keese, and Jawan in the building. Matt is with us in spirit. But you know, we got an in-person episode. Yo, how y'all fellas feeling?
Oh, I'm feeling real good. You know, it's good to link up with the fellas and, you know, talk some sports and educate some of you young cats out there that don't know nothing.
I'm feeling good, you know what I'm saying? Lakers going ahead, did their thing, you know, so
Okay.
that's all I need to say on that. Besides the last loss, but we had touched into that.
Okay, well let's dive right into it. The Lakers, you know, it was really kind of a playoff matchup in and of itself, battling for the 6th seed. Lakers versus the Clippers, the battle of LA. You know what I mean? The Lakers been hot for the last couple weeks, riding that wave.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, they ain't look so hot last night. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, Keith? Tell me what's up, man. What happened?
Well, if you look at the game last night, they just came out flat. I think it was a result of just extreme fatigue. You know, they played on the back-to-back. You know, this is the second half of a back-to-back. And, you know, LeBron just didn't look like his normal self in the first half. You know, he only had 3 points. He was like 1 for 6. And, you know, just both of the stars just didn't come to play in the first half. AD was getting doubled. He wasn't as aggressive. So at least one of them got to show up in the first half if you want to keep this game close. And then you saw it get out of hand, and then they tried to get back into it. But, you know, by then it was too little too late. So, hey, it's just a bad loss. You toss this one out, and you move on to the next game. Because guess what? They're getting to the playoffs like I was telling all of y'all. They get to the playoffs, man, whether it's through the play-in or not.
Yeah, man. I mean, they had the opportunity last night to solidify that 6th seed. Like, it's crazy because, you know, they won a game and then all of a sudden they was out of the play-in. You know what I'm saying? And then the Warriors won and then they was right back down to 7th. You know what I'm saying? And they needed that 6th. They needed that 6th seed, and they had their destiny. Their destiny was in their own hands, and they ain't take advantage of the opportunity, man. Like, Juwan, what's going on, bro?
If you ask me what's going on, I mean, you knew Russ was going to hoop. I mean, it's Russ. Like, that's the type of player he is. He doesn't make sense. He's going to turn the ball over, but also be a Hall of Famer. You know, he's going to shoot 1 for 16, but, hey, he might have 17, 12, and 13. So I kind of knew Russ was going to hoop. They do a lot better job at using Russ. And then Russ, I mean, he played with them for years, so he know what they trying to do. So he kind of he was making his shots. And then once Russ get going, you know, he is very, he's like a flame. He ignite the team. So, you know, he came, hit threes early. You know, once the Lakers, kind of with LeBron teams, once they kind of down, they don't really get back up. Or, you know, LeBron, once he get mad, like you seen in the finals when he was mad at there, once he get mad, he be kind of out of it. So I feel like they had him down early. He wasn't really trying to, you know, he too old now to even be trying to, you know, ramp up a comeback. And honestly, though, I feel like it might be good that they lost because you don't really want to play Phoenix. I don't think they lost yet with KD and all their stars playing. You don't want to see them. I mean, I think it would be a good match, but I would prefer playing face Memphis or the Nuggets.
You sure, though? Like, because here's the thing. I feel you, but I don't. Because, like, LeBron need that extra week off, bro. Like, that extra rest. Like, I get it from a strategic standpoint of saying, all right, we're gonna sit this one out because it might be an easier path going against the young teams. You know what I'm saying? If they make it, let's just say they hit that 7th seed, who would they play? Looking like what, Memphis or
something like that? Yeah.
So
I think Memphis. Yeah.
It'll probably be an easier path. I don't know. You kind of got to give and take. So you know what I mean? Like, it's tough because you know they need to rest. Like Brian 38, bro. Like
my thing is, you want to rest or you want to guard KD for 40 minutes?
Yeah, and KD been resting too. You know what I'm saying? He had an opportunity to heal up, and you know, so KD gonna be on the mission when he come back. You know what I'm saying? And he got Book on the other side of him. So
that's 2 deadly scoring combos. Like come on. And then you got Chris Paul making sure they play the right way. Not on no Brooklyn, you know.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it's okay to duck the Suns. Just don't make it obvious. That's all I'm asking.
So
don't
is that
make
what you're saying? That's what they did? They ducked them? Because when I saw I didn't watch the game, but I saw the pregame. You go on Bleacher Report and you see Brian with looking like the Game 6 Eastern Conference Finals versus the Boston Celtics throwback face, like the game face. Like it reminded me of Kobe when he used to make that Mamba face. Like that's what I saw with Brian, and I was like, oh shoot, Brian about to, and then it was like womp womp womp.
No, I don't think it was nothing intentional going into the game, because obviously AD and Brian did suit up, but as a result of the loss, hey, if you happen to if that helps you duck Phoenix, hey man, because I think they got a better shot against a team like the Grizzlies, the Kings, or the Nuggets, better than Phoenix. So
either 6 seed or play in. That's what I say. Either 6 seed or play in.
Yeah, I feel it.
But I'm scared of the Pelicans too, though.
Yeah.
Without Zion, you think they're a threat?
Yeah. They were looking nice last year in the playoffs. Did they win the series last year?
No, they lost to the Suns, but the Suns was a really good team last year.
And they put up a good fight.
They put up a good fight. Yeah.
They looked good, so they still might be dangerous. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's something. The playoffs is a different breed. So all the games get real intense. The lights get real bright. So Brian gonna be ready, but is everybody else gonna be ready? That's the thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So my thing is, I almost feel like they play better without LeBron though. Like
I think so.
It seemed like it, man. Like it ain't no diss at LeBron. I think everybody be so in awe of him that they just kind of be sitting back just watching. Like I think Bron need to establish AD and make sure he get his 40, and then AR-15 he been getting off too. Make sure he get his numbers, and then LeBron's so good. I think he can just kind of pick his spots. Bron don't need to have 37 points. Like I think they play worse when Bron is going off like that. I think he need to make sure AD get his 40, because whenever AD get 40 or more, it's a dub. So I think then he need to get everybody involved, facilitate, get everybody their numbers, and then whatever's left. And Bron can score at will. Bron can do whatever. So if he focus on getting rebounds and assists early, and then in the fourth quarter he can just kind of pick his spots, and he can still at least get his 20 points. I mean, I wouldn't be mad if it was 15 points, whatever. I know Bron, he's the all-time scorer. Like, nobody's going to surpass him. So he already got what he need to get. So just do what you got to do to get the wins. You know what I'm saying? But, he's smarter than me. He done forgot about more basketball than I could ever learn. So,
Personally, I like to see him, really get active in the second half. Like, really, don't take the first quarter off, but you got to let AD kind of run the first half, and then you the closer, you know what I'm saying? You're supposed to have a deeper bag than AD. You the forward, you know what I'm saying? So
sure.
He the center. So when them clutch time, mid-range, Michael Jordan, CJ McCollum, when you can't get to the rim or you don't want to shoot the three because, you need that basket, I feel like that's when he should be, well rested enough. If he get going about late second into the third and then fourth quarter, because Bron will get rusty and just, airball some threes on some shit.
Like the first half last night.
So I feel like if they play through AD early and then they let everybody else be comfortable, then I think they play better without Bron, because it's just
they just know what to do.
Yeah, they can actually hoop. It ain't like ain't a nigga in the back of their head hey, make sure you. You know what I'm saying?
That's the one thing. It ain't really a criticism of LeBron, but it's like Bron is the system. You know what I'm saying? And so everybody be waiting on him to make plays for everybody else. Like, they don't be knowing what to do. I think that's why the Russ thing really didn't work, because Russ, they kind of play the same. It's just Russ be making bad decisions, and you know what I'm saying? But he is the system. So it's like, when you take Bron out, then everybody kind of know what their role is, because they're like, oh, okay, I can do this. Other than that, they just sitting around watching them. And so I think it needs to be some type of figuring out like that, and that's really going to come down to coaching. So that's tough for the first-year coach with Darvin Ham, but you know what I'm saying? Bron, 20 years in, bro, they'll figure it out when it's time.
Win. Yeah, we got the victory. Bring in a symphony. Playing some tunes, because when you lose, we got the victory. We got the victory. Victory. Ain't taking no losses, straight up we bosses. We got the victory. Yeah, victory.